Hi, hello, welcome to Blooming Vlogster. You might have understood the topic today because you might have seen in the thumbnail, but I'll tell you again. Many people might know that as soon as the salary is created, everything goes to EMIs and expenses. The next day, they feel sad that they don't even have 1 rupee. So, what many people think is that if they invest, money will remain. But before that, if you want to invest, you need money. How to save that money? That is our topic today. So, foremost, you need to follow a simple rule to save money. A standard rule and simple rule. That is 50-30-20 rule. That is 50%, 30% and 20%. The income you earn is divided that income by 50%, 30% and 20%. Divide it into three parts. First, 50% means your needs. That is your basic needs. If you don't have this, you won't run your month. Put all these in 50%. For example, rent, utilities, water, vegetables, groceries, and the bike or car you travel daily. So all these are your basic needs. So keep this in 50%. Next, the second one is 30%. These are for your wants. That is your desires. If you don't have these, also you can live, but you need this. Only then you will have the mental peace. For example, movies, entertainment, shopping, gadgets, all these will cover under this 30%. Next, the last one is 20%. What does it mean? It is for savings and investments. If you want to save money and invest, save 20% of your income for that. I said savings, right? Remember that. We'll talk about that later. For example, let's say your income is 10,000 rupees. If you look at this, 10,000 rupees according to 50-30-20 rule, if you divide it, you get 5,000, 3,000 and 2,000. These 5,000 are for your basic necessities and definitely for expenses. Whatever is necessary, keep it aside. 3,000 is for your wants. 2,000 is for saving. I told you to remember something, right? Savings. So I'll tell you about saving ideas. Listen. So in our income, a part that we don't anticipate is health. For hospital bills, for medicine, it costs a lot. So how to save for those hospital bills and medicines? A better person should first think about taking insurance. There are two types of insurance. One is term insurance and other is health insurance. Do you think he's saying something? I'll explain. Don't worry. Term insurance. Have you seen the name? Term. Term is mentioned as a period. It means for a period. When do we get in this term insurance? For example, as an earned person, there is an earning person in the house. He is running the house on his earnings. For suppose something bad happens because of some bad anticipation, if that person is not there at that time, the insurance to support the family is term insurance. So term insurance is very simple insurance with a very low monthly premium. You can get big amounts, policy amounts. Please go and check. There are many websites that sell term insurance. You can go and check there. Monthly minimum to minimum 600 700 you can get almost 2 crores policy amount as a term insurance. The next one is health insurance. When do we get this health insurance? In our daily life, due to many health issues, if there are health issues for medicines, hospital bills, when it is spent, the health insurance is used a lot. So there are many direct billing plans in this and there are reimbursement plans. I'll make another video about this. Next point is about debts. Many people are afraid of debts. Stop looking at debts in a negative sense. Think about how to use the debt to help our savings. There are two types of debts. One is good debt and one is bad debt. Good debt and bad debt. What is this? Do you think I'm talking about good and bad debts? I'll tell you. Listen, why do I say good and bad debts? Good debt is always useful to grow and earn returns. For example, you took a loan and bought a land or plot. For next in 2 to 3 years, you may get 10 to 20% appreciation. So by investing your loan in the right way, the loan will not burden you. On top of that, you get extra income in return. You get appreciation as a gains. Similarly, if you take a bad loan for buying a car, what happens when you buy a car? Car is a depreciating asset. If you take the loan in the next 5 years, it may lose 50 to 60% of its value. This is called as a bad debt. So if you take a correct date, it will add up to your savings. The next point is travel funds. Do we have less income or savings? Why travel at this time? If you want to go on a trip, why? Many people ask this question. It's very casual, even everyone will have this in the mind. But by traveling, the relaxation that comes to the mind when you go to the new places, meet new persons, and have new cuisines or foods, our body and mind will get the peacefulness, and because of that will be healthy enough. So this is a type of healthy investment. In our day-to-day busy life, busy schedules, we need some relaxation, right? Now I'll tell you how to save for travel funds. In the beginning of this video, we talked about a rule which is 50, 30 and 20 rule. So let's slightly tweak this rule or modify this rule. 50% is essentials, so don't touch that. Next is 30. 30 is for wants. So subtract 10% from this and subtract 5% from remaining 20%. 20% is for investments, right? This is also healthy investment. So subtract 5%. It's okay. After subtracting 10 from 30% and 5 from 20%. So 15% is for your travel. You no need to borrow money. You don't have any problems. You can easily plan your travel and trip. The next one is emergency fund. Emergency fund is a fund that is used in emergency situations. Most of the time, a earning person doesn't think much about expenses. If something happens, if you lose a job or if you quit your job and think about some future plans, you won't get regular income. In that time, this emergency fund is used and usable. This emergency fund is used when you don't have a job. For unexpected expenses, unanticipated expenses, when anything happens like health issues, for diagnostic reports, and it is very costly. There is a health insurance for this, but you shouldn't think that health insurance will cover everything. So we should prepare our fund. That is a emergency fund. So now it comes to the point, how much to be saved for the emergency fund? Is there any parameter it should be maintained? Yes. As you are already saving 20% according to 50-30-20 rule, in this 20%, whatever you are saving, move it to the emergency fund as a priority. Whether you can open a FD or create a RD or move it to another savings account with a separate account. That is up to you. You can accumulate the emergency fund minimum to minimum 6 months of your monthly expenditure. How much do you spend? Suppose 5,000 per month, multiply it by 6 months. So it is 30,000. If you prepare this emergency fund, you will be able to work without any problems. Now we are talking about saving. If we keep this saving in our account, we are spending it unnecessarily. So we should find a place where we can keep these savings. We won't be able to use it. So if there is an easy way, that is a recurring deposit, that is RD. Now everyone has a mobile application and internet banking. So there is no need to go to bank. You can directly open RDs from your phone. According to our example, 20% of 10,000, that is 2,000 rupees. You can save 2,000 rupees. For that, you can open a RD for 2,000 rupees. And there is one more better option. What I am going to tell you is, instead of opening a single RD for 2,000 rupees, divide it into multiple RDs with multiple amounts. For example, 500, 700 and 800. You keep each one RD for different tenures according to your needs. Instead of single RD, you can open multiple RDs. For example, like emergency fund 1 RD, travel fund 1 RD, and for unanticipated expenses, you can open separate RD. So because of this, what will happen? For each type of expenditure, you will have different type of pockets which can be used. And individually, whenever it matures, you can use it instead of touching all your money at once. The next and foremost thing is how to track. What is meant by tracking? Tracking your income, expenses, investments, and debts. It is very easy to track. No need of any advanced apps or websites for that. So for a month, sit one day and track all your income, expenses, and where you are spending more, whether you are spending more for your fancies or some wants. Better you can understand and you can reduce the expenses for the further coming months. Accordingly, you can track your expenses and you can manage your expenses within the limit. so your savings may increase. If you want to listen any finance tips and further any tips, please comment below in the comment section what topic you want to listen. I'll make you listen in the further videos. If you like our video, please give a thumbs up and like our video and share to the others. It can be useful to others. So many are watching our videos but they are not subscribing. So please subscribe to our channel Blooming Faster. Bye bye.